Things are moving fast in the cryptocurrency world, so you're going to want to stay tuned. In fact, as I was trying to take notes and record for this video, Bitcoin was topping 83,000. It then hit 84, 85, 86, and the last I checked, it just crossed over 88,000. Now, I was looking at some of the resistance levels, and it appeared that somewhere in the neighborhood of 87,000 to 87,500 was going to be a little bit of a resistance. However, it pushed right through it. Now, as I'm still recording, it's sitting right at about 88,000, so there is a potential for a pullback. A parabolic move like this, no matter what it is, if it's Bitcoin, XRP, or any other meme coin, typically follows up with a very sharp correction back down. But not always, so stay tuned. And during that same time frame, XRP went from just under 59 cents back above 60 cents to 61, 62, and nearly hit 64 cents just in the time that I was taking some notes. And as of recording this, it is back down just below 62 cents, but things are moving fast and furious. But in this video, I want to talk about some of the catalysts that could be some of the reasoning for this recent cryptocurrency pump, as well as how long is it going to last and which weeks or months are the next batch of catalysts going to be showing up. We're going to be talking about big ones for both Bitcoin and XRP. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind, and right now on this channel we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community. If you do a couple things, I'd appreciate it. Smash the thumbs up button and watch this video all the way to the end, as well as support the sponsors down below. If you do all those things, I would really appreciate it. All right guys, let's jump into it. So first, talking about the cryptocurrency moves of Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs again, and again. It's not doing like what it did back previously in March when it hit all-time highs and very quickly was stopped out and proceeded into nearly a 9-month-long consolidation market that it is now broken out of. Of course, you have the United States election, which Donald Trump, the Republicans won, which seemingly are much more pro-cryptocurrency than the Democrats have appeared to be. Now, on the political spectrum, this is big news because Donald Trump has made known he will get rid of Gary Gensler, strip his powers. Now, it is my understanding that Trump cannot simply fire Gary Gensler. However, he can take his powers away from chair of the SEC and simply make him a commissioner. However, if he asks for the resignation of Gary Gensler, that remains to be seen if he will actually resign or if he'll be happy simply being a commissioner. Regardless of that fact, on X, there are a lot of people talking about who could be the new commissioner of the SEC should that happen. Now, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But back to Bitcoin. Michael Saylor just announced the other day that he's buying more Bitcoin. Now, that's not big news. He does that from time to time. But this is an interesting time, not only because it's one of the bigger purchases he's made, $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's a huge amount. But also the timing. He did it at the absolute top when it broke previous all-time highs and continued on a little bit more. Almost as if he knows that, or thinks that this breakout is going to continue and that it's going to run up to $100,000 very quickly. Why else would he try to buy in now and not wait for a retracement or a consolidation period? It just makes sense. In his world, it doesn't look like that's coming. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to draw your attention to in terms of what could be spurring on this bull run. And that's something I saw on X yesterday, which was a post about buy Bitcoin, the keyword buy Bitcoin, the search term buy Bitcoin. Previously, when Bitcoin was hitting all-time highs, buy Bitcoin was, of course, surging in Google searches. Not just Google web searches, but Google YouTube searches, not just in the United States, but globally. That's big news. But this time, it's a little bit different. Not only is buy Bitcoin surging, it is surging at much higher levels than at previously back in March when it hit all-time highs. In fact, a lot more. Not only that, the keyword buy crypto is also surging. When I look back at the previous bull run, the previous all-time highs, buy crypto didn't spike until approximately 60 days after Bitcoin had topped and was starting to retrace back into some lower price action. Well, guess what happened after that? XRP shot up 265% in approximately 1 month during that time frame. So right now, both of those keywords are trending, and a lot of people are calling for alt season happening right now, which is interesting because it's kind of tough to have an alt season when Bitcoin is surging so much to have alts surge at the same time. Now, of course, they're going to go up in value because being denominated in other cryptocurrencies and other Bitcoin and other assets will also raise A rising tide raises all ships, while a rising Bitcoin price will raise alts. But to have a parabolic run on altcoins such as XRP, such as Solana, Cardano, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and all the big ones usually requires some of that capital inflowing from Bitcoin. Right now, we're not seeing it. Everything is kind of moving up, other than the huge spike Dogecoin put in, largely because of Elon Musk, everybody figuring out that he's being a part of the Department of Government Efficiency, making that joke about Dogecoin. Well, it's no longer a joke, as many people are searching for it. And things are moving very fast. So if you want to keep up with that, make sure you're subscribed to the Late Night Grind. Click that bell notification so that you get notifications when I release a new video, because I am going to be talking big time about some of these price levels, some of these geopolitical factors that could be coming into play towards the end of the year in January. You're going to want to make sure that you hear those notices. Also, if you haven't already, you need to sign up for one of the exchanges below, BitFi or Blowfin. You may need a VPN for Blowfin, depending on where you're at. BitFi is US friendly, no KYC. Go ahead, deposit. You can get up to $300 or even up to $1,000 in bonus deposits, depending on how much you deposit and how much you trade. These are brand new partnerships and sponsors of the Late Night Grind, so go ahead and support them. Go ahead and trade on them. There's some great interfaces. I'm going to be doing videos on some of the copy trading that you can do, some of the bots that you can set up on BitFi, and if you're a leverage trader, you can do up to 200x leverage on Bitcoin, but don't you dare do that unless you know what you're doing. Please do your due diligence on any leverage trading. It can be extremely dangerous, extremely profitable, but very dangerous as well. Okay, so now that we have the catalysts for why Bitcoin and crypto are surging, I wanted to talk about XRP specifically. Because if we look at a couple of the others like Cardano, like Dogecoin, some of the other alts, they're moving with Bitcoin. XRP is moving with Bitcoin a little bit. It lags a little bit, but I'm talking really only an hour if you're looking at hourly chart candles like the one behind me. But looking at previous bull runs, the biggest moves came 1 to 2 months after Bitcoin had topped. Well, if Bitcoin does put in another top, we don't know if this is going to be the top, because a lot of people are speculating that the top of Bitcoin is not going to be happening until March, April, May, September, October, November of 2025. After all, that's when the speculation and the forecast of the global M2 money supply to peak out. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think is going to happen to the M2 money supply. It's not something that is talked about a whole lot in the crypto space, a whole lot on YouTube, on cryptocurrency YouTubers, or even on X. I usually have to look at the TradFi financial markets to look at those types of numbers, but there are a few people starting to cover it and starting to realize that these liquidity cycles have a lot more to do with the M2 money supply and the global liquidity supply rather than just the Bitcoin halving. Something to pay attention to. So now we're looking at XRP and what could be happening. Well, so now we know that the Trump administration is tapping those in the cryptocurrency space to become more familiar with some of these other altcoins. We had BitBoy Crypto talking to Donald Trump Jr. We had Charles Hoskinson, the creator of Cardano, talking with the Trump administration about possibly leading and giving input into what would be responsible regulations for the cryptocurrency world here in the United States. I think that would be big specifically for XRP. But here's the thing, none of that is really going to start until January. In fact, January 19th or the 20th, I forget, is Inauguration Day, in which there will be a changeover, and it does take a little bit of time for administrations to get things into place. New heads need to take shape. There's going to be new laws drafted and written up that will obviously take quite a bit of time if they have to go through Congress, depending on what they are. Now, specifically for XRP, we're seeing countries all around the world that Ripple has specifically been working with in terms of working with their bigger banks. Now, Japan's been doing this for years, but other countries are now coming online, specifically with Ripple. Some of them are interested in central bank digital currencies, which, by the way, Donald Trump and his administration has said they will ban here in the United States, which I think is a very good thing. But nonetheless, there's a lot of countries now working with Ripple now that there's a new administration coming in. Brad Garlinghouse has said that he's kind of remained neutral on the whole political spectrum, unlike Chris Larson, who is another co-creator of Ripple, and XRP, who is obviously very pro-democratic. And Brad Garlinghouse thinks that the new administration will be, in general, a net positive for cryptocurrency. Well, another reason he said that is because that the war on Ripple from SEC could, in fact, settle in January. Now, why would that happen? Well, there's really only about 8 weeks until the possibility of some of the SEC's work could be unraveled with a new administration. A new administrative head might go ahead and just eliminate everything. But again, that's just some of the rumors. But January is the catalyst that we're going to be looking at. Now, what's happening with the price of XRP, if we look from a technical perspective, right now we're looking at about 68 cents as the next resistance. But Bitcoin's been blowing through their resistances like crazy as of the last day. XRP could do the same thing. From some of the technical analysis that I've seen, the next one you really want to keep your eye on is $1.22 to $1.34. That would obviously big. That's 100% gain from where it is now. Is it going to happen in the next couple days, couple weeks? We don't really know. XRP is up over 28% in the past 7 days, and things are moving very fast. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.